my gosh, guys. This is wild. Good morning, everyone. We are officially on our way to buy in bulk for the very first time. We're in the car about to head down to go grab the U-Haul, grab the books, and then head back and start sorting them. I hope you're in for a long video today. I'm going to be trying to show you as much as I can, all the details of how I would go about sorting this many books. I'm going to give you the price breakdown, how much I spent, how much I plan to make, what I'm doing with all the books, all the stuff. So stick around and hang out. We're going to go ahead and head down to the U-Haul. All right, we just got to U-Haul. I am getting a 20-foot U-Haul. It's going to be huge, but I just wanted to make sure that everything would definitely fit into it. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm nervous, but I'm excited. I haven't driven one of these in so freaking long. Oh my lordy days. This thing is massive. That's what I was thinking. I don't know how we're gonna get them to the back.
Yeah, I could slide them in there, but it wouldn't be perfect.
Yeah. All right, so Justin and I are getting a sneak peek because they dropped this one. We got Babysitters Club, Sweet Valley, we've got textbooks, random boxes. Oh my gosh, this is already looking so incredible. They're thinking that we're gonna need a pallet jack of some sort because it's gonna be really hard to fit it all, obviously, in there. That first pallet already looks so good, so enticing, so we'll see. Yeah, I think it's looking really good. I am curious how they're getting the weight. Like, every time he pulls one of these, like, where is he weighing it at? Is he putting it over there and weighing it first? I'm curious.
Probably.
Got one more to fit in. And I think it'll do. Yep. Oh my gosh. Okay, so So we just cashed out. Our total with tax was $1,223.50 for 6 Gaylords of books. It was the poundage. I have it here. I'll put an image here if I haven't mentioned it already, but it was like 4,000 something pounds of books. That's minus the pallet and the Gaylord box weight, which is like 67 pounds each. So pretty exciting. Now we have to drive about 30 miles away, get to the office and start the unloading process. So we'll check in there. I'll let you guys know how we're going to start tackling this. And oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I can't believe this is really happening. Alrighty, we'll see you guys there. We made it. Oh my gosh, guys. This is wild. I feel so lucky, so blessed, so grateful, so proud. Like proud of myself too. I'm really proud that I took this opportunity and I put my foot out, tried to put my foot in the door a little bit. This is just like these are like records. That's kind of cool. So yeah, now we just gotta go through everything. It's gonna be a lot of work, but I'm really optimistic. Oh my gosh. I'm just stoked. I can't wait to go through all of these. And I'll definitely, of course, be pointing out some gems for you all. Oh my gosh. Oh, a hardcover Kate DeCamellia. This is so fun. I've never had just access to like my own Gaylords. So here's the categories that I'm likely going to be sorting all of these books into and how I would go about kind of starting to tackle this process if this is something you're looking to get into. So I have a few different avenues that I sell on, and these are the main ones. So first up, I have Whatnot, of course. So I'm going to be sourcing most of the books out of here for Whatnot that I possibly can. Anything that I think can sell on Whatnot is going to go into its own separate category. I really want to track all of the profits from this, right? I want to know how profitable this purchase was. So I'm thinking, should I do some shows for the next few weeks? Like maybe every Tuesday show is only books from the Gaylord as opposed to sprinkling them in. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm going to figure out a way to track it. In the meantime, before we get to that part, I need to figure out just the sorting. So the first part of the sorting is going to be Whatnot, stuff that I want to sell within my show. I know will sell, is quality stuff, desirable inventory. The second Whatnot category is going to be things that I wouldn't necessarily pick up for my show, but I have kind of learned that people really enjoy and are looking for. So those are the two like Whatnot categories I'm going to be looking for, right? Then the next avenue that I have, it's going to be selling books back to a secondhand bookstore. So for me, Second and Charles is one of my favorites to sell back books that I can't find value for myself, but I can get store credit and then I can shop in the store. So that's a big way that I'm going to recoup a lot of money, is sending a lot of these books directly to Second and Charles and just getting a credit and getting some credit to shop in the store, right? Then the third way that we're going to do some of these books is going to be Sell Back Your Book, or I think they actually changed their name now. I think it's called World of Books. I can't remember, but I just call it Sell Back Your Books. That's what it used to be called. And they don't always pay you a lot for the books, neither does Second and Charles, but they don't pay you a lot, but it's enough that I could recoup probably a good couple $100 just right from Sell Back Your Book. So we'll have a few different piles, right? We're going to have Whatnot, we're going to have Second and Charles, we're going to have Sell Back Your Book, and then we're going to have trash. I saw something, let me see if I can find one. I saw it back there in that box. I mean, the cover was just completely ripped off the book. There's nothing I can do about that. It's not a kid's book. Can't upcycle it into bookmarks. It's just a chapter book with half of the cover was completely ripped off and missing. That's going to immediately go into the trash. So I am interested to see approximately how many pounds actually end up going right to the trash too. So that'll be kind of fun to like see. So yeah, that's kind of the general idea of how I'm going to start sorting through all of this. Once I can get that system started, it's going to be good. So I'll be, taking books and kind of looking at them and just determining, are these books that can sell here, here, or here, and what am I going to do with them? So first up, the process of those, I know I said Second and Charles first, but Sell Back Your Book will actually probably be the first avenue that I sell stuff for. So it'll be Whatnot, Sell Back Your Book, and then last resort is Second and Charles, okay? So that's kind of the process. If you're looking to get into bulk, that's how I'm doing it. I'll let you know, obviously, how it works, but that is going to be the process. So, I'm so excited. I saw some textbooks earlier too. So speaking of sell back your book, I'm really hoping that a couple of those textbooks are just like super valuable. I've had textbooks that have paid me upwards of $100. So, you know, there's definitely money in books, and there's definitely money in certain types of books. So look at this. We got a little Stephen King right here. It's got a little damage, but little Stephen King, the stand. So, you know, it'd also be cool if I found maybe a couple signed books in here. If I can find a couple book of the months, if I can find just some really good, highly desired popular authors in here, I'm going to be extremely happy. So that's kind of the goal, the grail that I'm looking for. I want like a little pile of bangers. I would love a little pile of books that I'm like, this is like $500 in books right here. That would be amazing. Probably is not going to happen, but that's my wishful thinking for sure. Let's go ahead and just kind of start pulling and making these like little piles and seeing what we're working with here. I had to pop back in real quick because I just realized I recorded that whole segment and didn't mention anything about eBay. And I know there's some of you guys going, what about eBay? What if you find something really valuable? Yes, eBay is on the list too of an area that I'm going to be sorting out for. There are going to be books I'm definitely going to come across that I'm going to know immediately, like I need to look this up. This looks like something to look up. So I didn't mention eBay, but yes, eBay is another option. So we've got a few different avenues. All right, just wanted to mention that. So I've got 2 IKEA bags, I've got a bag underneath and then a box, and I'm gonna probably stand here as Justin pulls some of the books down to me, and I'll just kind of start figuring out which box and bag situation I want for what category. So do I want like a bag for straight to whatnot? Do I want a box system for like straight to put in my car and put, you know, take to Second and Charles? Like, how am I exactly going to do it? So this is going to be my setup, and I'll kind of start figuring it out once we start getting books to see where they're going to go. So there's a ton of those like final things. Yeah. All of those. Just kind of put those to the side here. Cool. Not too hard to just put everything.
Yeah. I think these are a part of the books that your mom got.
They might be. Yeah, I did see one kind of witchy book in there already.
be cool if we like stumble upon some series too.
All right. So just a little update on what we've got here. Justin is pulling them out, giving them to me in piles here. I have made like a tiny little eBay stack here, just things I might want to look up. We did come across a ton of vinyls, so that's interesting. This is going to be my immediately toss box. These are books that have just water damage, rips, something that I am not going to really be able to process, things I know do not have value. This is our sell back your book pile. So these, as you can see, I'm putting them all in barcode up so that I can quickly go in and scan them and see if they have value. Then from there, I will pull anything that I think could still sell on Whatnot if it doesn't sell on Sell Back Your Book. And if it doesn't sell on Whatnot, then I'll probably take it to Second and Charles. And then this so far is our only pile of like definite Whatnot, definitely going to Whatnot types of books here. So that's kind of where we're at. I have to pop in and show you some good ones Justin just picked out. Forest of a Thousand Lanterns, The Lady Rogue, and Sea Witch Rising. These are the types of books we want to see. We want to see more modern, popular fantasy, romance, stuff like that. So bringing in the juju. We want more of this. All right, so we are about halfway through that first Gaylord, and as you can see, I have a ton of books stacked up here. This is everything that needs to be scanned. I need to check these books to see how valuable they are. They're not something that I recognize as valuable for Whatnot for me. Now, what I'll do there is go ahead and pull some over, set them onto this table that I pulled out so that I can continue to keep stacking up there. Justin is leaving me in suspense. He just started digging and went, "Oh, babe, oh." All right, we got some witchy stuff. We got more witchy stuff. Wicca. Yes, that's what we like to see. That is what we're looking for. That is paper gold right there, as Max would call it. Scary.
Oh my god, babe.
Babe.
This is like a PC.
Is this Alice? Oh, Edgar Allan? Oh, babe.
That's incredible.
That's so cool.
Oh my god.
Look at how cool that is with the raven on it.
The gold.
Yes. We're definitely got to keep that one. That's so cool.
Beautiful. Wow. After dinner speeches.
After dinner speeches?
A whole book on after dinner speeches.
It's like the Modern Eloquence Volume 1 After Dinner Speeches. It's just random like things to have talking points on. That's so cool. right, we are one pallet down, 1 of 6, and this is how many books we got from just that one pallet. I've got everything really organized. I know it looks absolutely like just a ton of books everywhere, but there's an absolute method to my madness here. I'm gonna go ahead and break it down for you so you guys can see. We'll kind of start with like the stuff that I'm keeping for sure for whatnot. I have this bag here and then this blue bag over here. So that blue bag and this blue bag are the only things that I am like for sure I want, because I know these types of things will sell on whatnot, okay? Then over here we have some series stuff. First I have mass markets. I just wanted to keep those separate so they weren't messing anything up. I've got some fun series. We found these, like, I don't know who this is, Bodhi Thoni, I don't know, but these are all by that author, so I'll have to definitely look those up. We've got a WEB Web Griffin, whatever that is. Those are all Web Griffin. I've got a few more little series here. Okay, so that's kind of what that is. Then let's see, this is all eBay. So we've got all of this is potential eBay. All of this is random, like jacketed and unjacketed, but just vintage kind of random stuff, right? So nonfiction, a lot in there. Then of course we have all of the books that need to be scanned, as well as everything back here. All of these are barcode up so that they can be easily scanned and determined what we're gonna do with them. All right, then this box right here and all of this and that box. So that box, all of this, and that box either needs to be redonated or trashed. Some of it is just immediate trash, like, I mean, like I'll show you an example. Like some of these, they're just really damaged. That one's not terrible, but I mean, like this one has like a huge rip in it. We've got things that had missing pieces of paper. Like, I mean, look at this one. I'm not redonating that book. So sometimes they look like they're okay, but I've done further investigation of it, and I can see that it's crazy damaged. So a lot of that's donate. This right here and all of this is either personal collection or things that I want to use for shows that are coming up. I've got some good like witchy books here. I've got a good witchy show coming up. And then last but not least is our crunchy books. So these are books that still have innate value in them, but they have a little bit of wear and tear. So just a little crunch to them, water damage, bending, and I'll save those for a crunchy show. Justin actually already pulled these out of one of our upcoming Gaylords, and you can see just some really awesome titles there, and that was just what he was able to pick off the top of one of those. So this is what we got. We're 1 Gaylord down, still have 5 to go. It's absolutely insane. Oh, but that took us about an hour to do that one, a little over an hour, like an hour 15-ish. So holy cow. But we got one done. We're moving on to the second Gaylord here. What are you seeing?
Older chapter.
Yeah.
A lot of older
Some
chapter.
kids.
These are ones that I pulled from the other one.
Okay.
Just put them to the side, but yeah.
Okay. Got, looks like a ton of one.
Yeah.
Book about earthquakes, which is kind of cool because you can do quantity listings with these. So that's not too shabby. Okay. Yeah, definitely. I don't know. John Owl. I might have to look this up. This looks like a really, actually, it looks nice. I don't know. A lot of you guys may be wondering how I'm just naturally going through this. Am I using a scanning software? Is there some app that I'm using to kind of help tell me what to keep, what to toss, where to put what? The answer is no. I always say that it's just a trial and error process. It's something that after you've done it for years, you kind of know what you're looking at. Obviously, I have a whopping huge multiple stacks of books that I'm just super uncertain on, but I will use the scanning software, which I will try to put in a screenshot here. The software I use is called Book Scouter, and it links to tons of different buyback services. I definitely recommend using Book Scouter as like your main go-to when scanning, as opposed to going to individual buyback services like Sell Back Your Book, Books Run, Books to Cash, things like that. Those are the 3 main I use, by the way. Books Run, Books to Cash, and World of of books, aka sell back your book. But Book Scanner will tell you which of those platforms will pay you the most. So that's what I'm doing with those. And then sometimes I'll scan something that's got really good value and I'll be like, let me go check that out on eBay and see if it sells really well on eBay. What's the sell through? Should I just list it there? So that's kind of the only thing I use outside of what's kind of just my knowledge that I have based on what sells historically in the past. But all right, let's go ahead and start going through Gaylord number 2. Something as an example that is always going to sell for you guys is going to be witchy type stuff. Wicca, spirituality, spells, witchcraft. This is witches, druids, goddess worshippers, and other pagans. Night spells and rituals for love, prosperity, personal power. Things like that are just going to sell really well for you. So that's been really exciting. This is pretty much almost a whole stack of new witchy stuff. But I mean, just look at some of the stuff Justin's pulling out. Pretty cool stuff in here. So, all right, I'm going to start going through. I just emptied out my keep definitely 100% want to keep bag. And I have decided how I want to start storing these things that still need to go through. And I'll share with you guys that here soon. Okay, Justin thinks that it's time for the ladder, so we're going to get that nice tall ladder here into the Gaylord so he can actually climb in and then also stack on the ladder and I can just pull from it. And I'm also going to show you the update here. Yeah, that'll be good. And then I would just push it even like more back, maybe. I feel like that's easier for you to get in that way. But all right, so here's where we're at. Here's the progress. I had my phone on the charger for a little bit. It's also kind of loud. It is very loud. It's like rush hour time. So as you guys know, the road is like right there. So if you hear lots of noise, that's what it is. But here's what we're doing. I started stacking books that need to be scanned over here because I don't need to take everything out of the truck. This is all the things that Justin's pulled out that I'm just working my way through. I've got kind of a new bag here. I've already filled up about 3 or 4 of these, I think. I started stacking mass markets. I decided I'll probably just do an all mass market show on Whatnot, which I think will be fun. So we'll do a big mass market show. The eBay stack is growing. I've got some pretty good stuff in there for the eBay stack. I had an idea for these as well. The kind of jacketless / very niche stuff, nonfiction type stuff. I was thinking I may do a yard sale. So I was thinking I could do like a yard sale, post pictures of everything, have them all laid out, maybe spine up on a table and in some boxes, and just have people come by and maybe like grab a stack and I don't know, do like 50 cents a book or something like that, just something to encourage people to come by. So I may do that depending on how much more of those we come across. Then I've got some more witchy books. I think I'm going to clean up on some of the witchy occult spiritual type books alone. That was really, really good to find so much. And then still some more of the stuff that needs to be scanned. Again, there's another full bag of books that we're definitely taking in. And so far through this second Gaylord, that's the only book box of donation / trash. So that's not too shabby. Yeah, we're doing good. And here he comes with another one. What is this? Prelude for Lost Souls. Every town has a story. This town has a ghost story. Yes. So that's going to go right here into our definite keep pile. Okay, perfect. Oh, and then Crunchy Bag. I filled this entire book box bag up with books, and this is an example, right? This is a good book, but it's just got a little bit of excess damage and bending to it, maybe some water wear. And so I've already filled an entire bag up of those. And I actually just did a Crunchy Book show about 2 weeks ago, and it was excellent. Everything was $1 starts. I ran everything on auction, and it was a really good show. I think I did just under 400 in sales on that show. So pretty excited to have another one of those. And yeah, we're doing good. I don't think either of us are too exhausted yet. Update on number 2. We are almost to the bottom. Justin's got a bunch over there. I keep lining up over here. We're down to 3 columns. So It is definitely filling up. This is for me to continue going through. This is what we've taken. The eBay stack is growing. I'm coming across a lot of like really unique things I want to look up. Mass markets is crazy. And also this, I'm doing some mass markets, and just, I think this would be good for like a yard sale. That's what I'm feeling for this. We'll see. But I'm down up to 3 boxes of donate now. So, or donate / trash. So I'm just gonna take those out of the way. Update on Gaylord 2. It's empty. So we still have all of these kind of larger books over here. Again, still stacking up. This is what I still have to go through. It is oddly extremely organized. There is just a surefire like method to this madness, and I'm loving it. It feels very streamlined. It did take us a lot longer to get through that one than we had planned, but it's okay. We're making progress. So we have 4 left. All right, let's keep organizing. I decided I want to take some of the eBay books and actually put them into like boxes so they're kind of out of the way. I just don't want to be overwhelmed with as much books around me. We're going to pull the pallet out here in a second, take the Gaylord out, and move kind of all of this stuff to the side so we have a nice open space. But I'm just going to use these like banker's boxes to get as much of this like eBay kind of stuff as I can. Unfortunately, the reality is they're probably going to sit for a little while. eBay will be some of the last profit I probably take in on all of these Gaylords. All right, so far we're really liking this third Gaylord. This is some of the stuff that we have to keep. We've got some really good titles in here. We've got about like 2.5 stacks to keep. And then I've got a bunch of crunchy books here, like good titles, but they're just kind of damaged. And then, I mean, like, we're already pretty much halfway through this one. And it's been, what, you think like maybe 15 or 20 minutes? Yeah. So really good progress on that one. All right, number 3 is done. Empty, 3 more to go. And here is what we are working with. Obviously, we've added a ton more to this wall over here. We added some mass markets, and I have a whole nother full bag of books that I'm definitely going to be keeping. Now, this one had the most discard, so all of this and all of this needs to be taken away. It is not going to be something that I'm looking at selling. It's either too damaged, needs to be trashed, or is just not desirable enough for me to keep in all of this mess. So now I've got to just get all of this loaded up, and we'll have a nice clean space again, and we'll be able to start number 4. I don't know if we're going to start number 4 tonight. I think we're both getting down to our bottom of our barrel for energy today, but we'll see once we get all this done how we're feeling. So we decided to go ahead and start working on the 4th Gaylord. Justin just pulled these out, but as you can see, we cleared off the space. So it's kind of been the method. It's just kind of like clearing everything as we go. It's one of the tips I think I'm gonna have is like really good organization and keeping floor space super open. So I'm gonna start going through all of these. They are looking like some really good chapter books, and I'll update you guys. It's about 7 o'clock and we just decided we're gonna work till 8. So we've got an hour left. Whatever we get done in an hour, we'll be done for the day. Okay, I think this is gonna be my last check-in for today. That was actually a really good like half of the Gaylord that we just went through. Let me pop up there and kind of show you how much we got through, and then I'll show you what we're looking at. That might have been our best one for like good books. Like it was just really good book after good book, and I'll show you all of those in a second. So here's what we made it through for Gaylord 4. There is obviously at least half still in there. There are a ton of vinyl records, which is wild, but definitely some good stuff. And then obviously, you know, this is just growing. Mass markets are also growing. We also put some stuff over here. But this is what we were able to keep. So all of these like 3 stacks that you're seeing here, as well as this right here, is all keep. And it's all like some pretty good titles. So that was a good stack. And then these 3 stacks right here are the crunchy books. Those are going to be my $1 start books that I do, a bunch of those. And then all of that is just like, don't really have much of a use for it, or it is very damaged. And then I also came across just a few more eBay style books, some more witchy things I just want to like look up. But as you can see, like there was a lot of book of the months in that one. So really good stuff. Definitely one of the better Gaylords that we've gone through today. But I think we're gonna go ahead and call it. It's starting to get dark, so we're gonna go ahead and get the rest of this stuff kind of put away. We can't leave it out, and wrap up for the day. We'll check in one more time, and then that'll be a wrap on day 1 of Baby Bulk. All right, final update. It's officially dark. I moved a whole bunch of stuff over here. Obviously, this is all just books upon books upon books. These are some random things that I'm going to do something else with, so those are just sitting there. These are going to be all the books that I'll have like a yard sale type of thing for, I think, where I'll make like a listing for, and I've got some of the mass markets in there, and then that's just an empty bag. So that's it. So it's cleared out here. I did leave some of the books down here. I'm not that worried about it. It's not supposed to rain or anything, so I just like kind of left those there. I'll be back in the morning. So it's obviously super dark and it's loud, so we're gonna head out, but this is how much progress we made just in day 1. I will catch you guys tomorrow for day 2.